Game Fanatic.
Hey, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan of gaming, and I am back. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am back on them YouTube streets. What the new video, brother? Hey, man, you saw the video about 2 days ago, man. It said October 20th. I was gonna bless y'all by coming back. The few people who love me, the few hundred subscribers that still are here. Maybe 50, might be 50 of you guys. I don't know. I might be even overshadowing that. But it don't matter, man. The ones that stuck by your boy, y'all are still here, man. Shout outs to y'all. Y'all been waiting for me to come back. Somebody hit me up on Twitter because the Battlefield beta dropped and all that, and the open beta. He was like, man, are you gonna come back to give us some Battlefield commentaries and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking about it anyway. So yeah, I might come back. Here I am, man. And this is gonna be my Battlefield impressions video. Now, I'm upset, though, that I didn't have my old beats, man. Y'all remember those beats, bro? The ones I used to use on Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 that I made in FL Studio back in the day when I was a young, strapping lad at the age of 24. Now your boy is almost 40. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. But, you know, I wanted to use that so bad, man, just to build that nostalgia. Like, man, hey, this is crazy. It's like it's 2012 again or 2013 again. But I don't know where those files went to. I don't know if I deleted them off this computer. I still have the old computer with the hard drive in it that has the files on it. I just don't know if that computer's going to work anymore. I might just pull the hard drive out and make it a external hard drive and get the information that way. So I will get those beats back. They will be back. Just to give you some nostalgia. All right, but anyway, man, this is going to be the Battlefield 6 impressions. The game has been out for about 2 or so weeks. Everybody should already have an idea how the game works and what they like about it and everything. I just wanted to talk about what I like about it. All right, so let's start off with this. All right, destruction in this game is crazy. All right, we already saw the leaks back on Twitter when somebody leaked it when they were playing the game back in the day before the betas came out. They showed the destruction in the game, and we saw it and we was like, oh, that's Battlefield 3. Battlefield might be back, y'all. Yes, the destruction is just like what we got in Battlefield 3, but honestly, it's a little bit more than that. It extends from that. There's a lot more destruction in this game versus the older Battlefield 3, and it makes sense because what, that was 2011, we're now in 2025. Technology has advanced a long ways. We have faster hard drives now, like most people back then had on their PCs, regular HDD drives, which were slower, lower DDR3 RAM at the time. Now we're on solid state drives that are so fast, and then the RAM DDR5 for the most part. Some people still on DDR4, but we're on DDR5 up to, like me, I have 6,000 megahertz of RAM speed. So technology has advanced so much farther. Then the cloud and all that can help as well. The power of the cloud, remember that in the Xbox days? So you got the cloud and stuff helping with destruction. So there's a lot more destruction than there was back then on Battlefield 3, and especially Battlefield 4, because they kind of eliminated a little bit on that, and it kind of almost like, you know, got weaker on the later titles. Especially with 2042 or whatever that one was called. I can't remember what it's called. I hated that game. 43, 42, whatever. Didn't like that game whatsoever. So this game, it feels like we're back to, you know, we're back to the basics, and we're back to what we wanted in the Battlefield series, what we wanted them to continue off of. All right, so destruction, great. One of the things I hated though, the class is not being locked down to weapons, so they don't lock you down to the weapons anymore. They kind of put out a vote about this during the open beta, like the people want to go back to classes being locked to specific weapons, or did they want open weapons, which the game default had. And then they put an option to play lockdown weapons to see if people were going to play that more than they played the non-locked out weapons. I guess people played the non-locked out more because people didn't feel like they wanted to be support class and only be able to use LMGs and vice versa, recon and just use a sniper, that kind of thing. So they decided to make it open, but the problem though is, what in the world is that? The problem though is they locked it. I mean, they added penalties to using different weapons that's not for the class. So like assault, you do much better with assault rifles. Support does much better with LMGs. If you try to use any other weapon, you're not going to be as accurate, you're not going to do as much damage, all those other things. So there's caveats to using those other weapons. Like, why do that if you're going to give people the choice? Anyway, just like make it where it's locked again. I prefer it being locked to certain classes. I felt like it made the dynamic of the game better. Like you had to have people use those certain support classes and things like that to help in certain situations. And they had to learn those guns in order to do well. Like I just felt that it made the dynamic better. But they do penalize you for, using different guns. So most people for the most end are using those locked weapons to that class. So, well, you have some people that won't, but most people do. Like I won't. If I'm using a support, I'm using the LMG. I'm not using nothing else. But that's one of the things I did not like. Another thing I didn't like, as you see me running around with a knife right there, is you remember on Battlefield 3 and 4, I used to love taking players' dog tags and like use them as trophies. Like you had trophies that you could get when you took a person's dog tag. You could take dog tags in this game, but they're not really dog tags from players. You earn dog tags that you use as trophies, and they're like accolades or trophies from like PlayStation 3 or achievements from Xbox through Xbox. Like they're not people's dog tags that you take. Like before, I could like take let's say I could take Hard 8's tag and then say Hard 8 times. And the date that I took his dog tags. Like, no, you don't do that anymore. You just take the dog tags as an animation of execution, but you don't keep their dog tags. It's not portrayed as like a trophy. The dog tags that you do have are just like accolades that you unlock by playing the game. I don't like that. So I wish they would go back to the old Battlefield 5 way of doing it, because I just felt that was much better. The maps. So the maps, man, I'm kind of indifferent with the maps. So looking back at it now, at first I didn't like the maps. I was like, man, it's just way too many close quarters maps. Like they need to be more wide open maps, like large scale wide open maps. But then I looked at Battlefield 3 maps and saw that there were a mixture of both on that game as well, and some of them were my favorites, like Metro. I would love for Metro to come back. CN Crossing, I would love for CN Crossing to come back. North Shire Canals or whatever it's called, I would love for that to come back. And someone made a Portal map of that, and it looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to try it out, but I want an official version to come out, if you know what I mean. But yeah, someone did make a copy of that, which is pretty cool. I would also love for Caspian Border to come back. That's an open world map that I love. What is it? Vanam Peak or whatever it's called, the map where if you play Rush, you hop off the edge and you parachute down, which was fire. Like I would love for that to come back. And I would love for, there was one other map. God, it was like an open world map in like Iraq or something. I can't remember. But it was like close quarters and open world at the same time. I would love for that map to come back. That was a pretty good map too. I can't remember the name. Sorry, it is what it is. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. It's called Gulf of Omen. I used to like that map. So those maps can come back. I'll be happy about that. But moving on. I can't really talk about the vehicles in the game. I really don't drive vehicles. I'm more of a ground trooper. I run around, just kill people. That's all I do. So I can't tell you anything about vehicles. I have seen people talk about they don't like the mechanics of the helicopter. One guy said they should beat the person who came up with the mechanics for the helicopter on this recent Battlefield. I have no say on that. I do not use vehicles. Gunplay. I do like the gunplay in this game. At first, with the open beta, I didn't like it. It felt off. Something was wrong. It just felt like I wasn't getting hit markers and things like that. Apparently, the hit registration was messed up. But they kind of fixed that during the full release. Now, there are bugs that does play this game. I mean, it's a DICE game. It's a Battlefield game. At launch, that is a common thing. Like, I even left a tweet saying, like, who's ready for the bugs and server issues with Battlefield once it releases. One of the bugs I've run into probably the most of was the bug where Windows 11, hold on, I just upgraded my joint to Windows 11, right? And I'm getting a bunch of weird notifications popping up. I don't know why they're happening, but I need them to stop. I don't know if you heard it in the recording. You probably did, but you probably didn't. But a lot of stuff is popping up on my screen. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I didn't run into but only like two probably bugs. One is where you hear the in-game music throughout the whole fight. no matter what's going on. It's just the in-game music at all time. And then if you look at the enemy team's tickets, it's always at 0%. You won't be able to see who's winning. Actually, both your tickets are at 0%, so you don't know who's winning the game at all. Like, that was one of the bugs I ran into. Another bug that I've noticed is, like, when you're running across certain things in on the map, you might like pop up way in the air. Like, it's weird. I don't understand why that happens, but that was another bug. There was another bug that I was running into as well. I just can't recall what it was. I can't recall what that other bug was, so I'm just gonna leave that one out. It'll probably come to me after I've finished the commentary. But there was one other bug that I ran into a few times as well. But one bug that I will call out, I don't know if they fixed it recently, but one of the guys I played with said he ran into it a few times, where there was a specific map where the vehicles would only spawn for one side and wouldn't spawn for the other side. So if you were the unlucky team that did not get those vehicles, you just got dominated because you had no air support or anything like that. So that was a crazy bug as well. Other than that, man, the game is straight. I'm enjoying it. I think Battlefield is definitely back. Call of Duty, hopefully Call of Duty is shaking in the hills right now. I ain't saying in the boots, I'm saying the hills, because that game has gotten really zesty recently. But hopefully they're shaking in their heels and everything, and they listen to the consumer and put back what the consumers want in the game to make it better. But sound off in the comment section. Did you enjoy this game, or are you enjoying this game? Like, subscribe, hit that notification button for future videos. But this is your boy Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan the Gamer, and will be gone, but I'll be back though. Bye.